giving it to us. But at some point, we're going to have to look in the mirror and say, man, we are responsible for the people that we're in charge of.
Right.
Now, we can't put it all on them.
We're not ashamed to be emotional talking about this. We're not ashamed. It might, with these young people, for the most part, you don't want to be that. We don't want to hear that from them old men, what they did. We know, we've been up that road. So for the most part, you don't want to get there and do what we're doing because their speed is so far and greater than what it was when we came along. That is unbelievable. This coach you're talking about, he's all down the wall. He's in our Hall of Fame, Coach Williams, Raymond Tweet Williams.
Oh, yeah.
He steered him and others over here. And that's where it was then, because Clark didn't have a practice field, a football field. So our coaches, my coach played on the Black Battalion, 1928 Black Battalion of that team. He steered me and others from Washington High School. Coach Williams from Turner High School steered him. Mr. Chisholm up in Chicago played on that 1929 team. He steered those guys. We have always had those who came before us steered us to our club. We knew we didn't have a lot. I understand work study is gone over here. Couldn't have stayed at Clark if I didn't have work study. I hope that goes to some one here to restore work study. Give those kids a chance to earn it. It was hard on Monday morning to go to the women's dormitory and take out the trash.
The All-America Inn.
And then they holler down the hall. Number 88 is a man on the hall. Man on the hall. Then somebody says, oh, it's just number 88.
Yeah.
And all the ladies run out the room to laugh at me. I didn't mind, because that's the only way I could have survived by having work study. I needed that.
What did you do after your graduations?
I worked for Ford Motor Company for almost 30 years. I enjoyed it. For the most part, after I got out of the service, I went down. And during that time, I learned a lot about teamwork again. And it was easy for me.
So you went into the service after graduation?
After here, and then I went into the service, and then I came back. But I've been involved with having the Booster Club ever since my wife and I, we both were the involved group. And in many ways, I lost last year. Think about it every day. But she was a really...
you met her here, so he spent his whole life. Until he grew up.
We were team, everybody. Y'all was a perfect team. They saw me, they saw her. You know?
Yeah.
And she came from an athletic family. Her brother, Buck Buchanan, played with the Kansas City Chiefs for 13 years. So, Hall of Fame. She, you know, so we were... But he went on to some great.
No. I stumbled over here from Turner High, local school. Like I said, my coach is in the Hall of Fame, and Dr. Dove with people like he's talking about. And I basically have been an entrepreneur all my life. I built a construction business, substantial construction business. Did a lot of stuff at the airport, a lot of road work. Kind of retired. My daughter ran the business the last few years. Grandchildren started coming. I couldn't stay at home, so I've been out, messing around now. I have a roofing company, much small outfit than I used to have, so I'm still bumming around. And then this guy won't let you rest. You know, you have to. It reminds you eternally of, you got to give back. This is where we owe all of that.
Man, we were charged. We've been charged with thrust upon us. If you read that letter, Curtis on his deathbed challenged us to keep doing this.
I did. I read that.
So that's why we really here today. We wanted to do it, but I can say the same for Coach F. I was in his hospital room when he passed, and his wife. Do I hang around the hospital? No. It just so happened something had me there during that time. We met the day that the week that he passed. I didn't know he was going to be in the hospital. He didn't know I was going to be there. And after that meeting that day, I think Curtis passed 2 days later.
But we've been, we say to ourselves that this is a place that saved us from ourselves.
How so?
Well, when you're young, it takes, especially athletes, we are highly spirited, big ego warriors. So you think you know everything, is no hill too tall to take. So it takes somebody who can dominate you enough and have enough influence on you to keep you from killing yourself. Really. And that's what we lack now. We don't have people that, because these kids are no different from us. The dearth is in the quality of leadership.
Right.
And it's the value system. It's not an indictment of everybody, but it's the way we're training the leaders now. Because the people do what, most people are followers. And we basically are left to the designs of the leaders. But now, for the first time in our history,
Wow.
we blame the children. You know, I like it, and my grandmother lived to be 94. And I often go back to her. In her 94th year, I was still that little boy that was born in her front room. And in the end, the time never closed. And she was responsible for me until her 94th year. You know, and that's kind of the way we were. Never would she say, Lowell is a bad boy.
Right.
No, that's my boy. Whatever is wrong or right with Lowell out. And that is the reflection. That's the kind of ownership that we're going to have to